Hey, welcome. I'm Jana with Purl Together, and I'm here today with Crystal from Factory Girl Designs.
Hello.
You graciously sent me a whole box. I was super excited for your quarterly. It's your brand new quarterly makers box, right?
Right. Yes, I was so excited to be able to share that with you and everyone else who got one. So it's been a fun little project to get started.
Oh, it was amazing. And we'll get to that in just a second because I want to show everybody what was in the first box, and then we'll tell people how they can get started if they want to do the quarterly subscription, because you have
Mhm.
lots of options, whether you want to just have one or whether you want to sign up for the whole year or whether you want to buy two. You have lots of options on your website for how to go about that. But
Yes.
first, tell us a little bit on you're known for your cowls. And
Right.
uh, so you've been designing for quite a while.
Yes, just over 5 years now. Last October was my 5th year of designing, which is hard to believe. I can't the time went by so fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, it's been great. But yeah, I love knitting cowls. I don't know, it's my favorite accessory. Like some people love socks and hats, and my thing is cowls. So, although I discovered socks last year, and that's kind of been the thing that's been on my needles constantly for the last year. So, I might
Oh.
be like changing things up a little bit. Who knows?
Okay, well, when we're done recording, we'll talk about that a little bit.
But yeah, so I began designing. I started knitting actually almost 12 years ago,
Oh,
and then
wow.
started designing just the 5 years. And so it was something that my grandmother tried to teach me how to knit when I was much younger, but I just don't think I was ready. And she was left handed and I'm right handed. And
Well,
to this
that's
day, I
hard.
still feel like that was the big thing. Like I couldn't figure it out.
That's
Um,
hard.
so yeah, so my local yarn shop, I went down there when they opened, and I know how long I've been knitting because I've been knitting for as long as they've been open. So
Right?
the owners there taught me how to knit, and it just kind of stuck, and it's been my thing ever since. So I've dabbled in a lot of other different crafting activities, but knitting is the one thing that I always go back to.
Same. So
Yeah.
I know that you love the cowl, but you have a couple of sweater patterns that are in my queue. So
Oh.
and now I'm gonna mess up and not remember. There's one of you wearing it, and it's kind of like a fall burgundy sort of color, and it has some patterning on the
Oh, yeah, that's the Pickwick,
yes, yes,
and, yeah, it has cabling on the
yeah,
sleeve cuffs and then around your waistband, the
yeah,
hem area.
yeah.
Oh, I love that sweater. I've knit a couple of those.
I wanted to do it, and I appreciate that you have size inclusive because I am not a small.
Me either.
The girls need some room.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Exactly, and, like, I don't have that many sweater patterns out, but the ones that I do, they're hard to design and, especially for all sizes, and to think
Right,
about
right.
your all the different shapes. I mean, you might be busty, but you might be narrow shouldered and might have larger arm. Like, it's just everybody's shaped differently.
Right.
So, I don't wanna put out it takes me a long time to design a sweater pattern because I wanna make sure to take as much into account as possible so that any of us can pick up the pattern and have
Yeah,
success and feel good about what our finished piece looks
right, and
like.
find something that works for, a majority of
A
people.
majority of people,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yep, yep. So, but
but
yeah,
that
that's
one's
I
in my
do
queue.
all of what?
That one's in my queue just because I like the
I like
patterning,
that. I know.
the little things,
Yeah.
but then a lot of it is just movie knitting, around the body, and so I like that because you have enough to keep you interesting at the end of Sleeve Island, you have that to look forward to.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm. No, that's great. Well, I can't wait to see yours. Get on that.
get on that. I'll have to go and find yarn for it.
There you go.
Is it DK?
No, it's worsted.
Oh.
So it knits even faster.
I know, I don't have a lot of worsted. I primarily knit in fingering and DK. I don't have a lot of worsted.
Yeah,
Hmm, something to think about.
I know. You'll figure it out.
I will at some point. Yeah, so you have a lot of designs. You have some new stuff coming out as well as the maker's box.
We
So
do.
I'll put all your just as a side note, I'll put all your details down below, so if people wanna follow you on Instagram and get on your mailing list and all that.
That
Alright.
would be great. Yep. No, fabulous.
So tell us about your box.
All right, so the box. Well, the box came together because I kept discovering, well, let me back up just a little bit. I have the fortunate ability to travel a lot. So I get to go to a lot of different places and check out new towns, look at small, like end up at these small little neighborhoods and discovering all kinds of different makers around the
Yeah.
country and around the world. And so as I've been doing that over the years and finding more and more people, more and more things, I always get asked questions. Oh, where did you get that? Where did you find that?
Oh,
Where did this come
right,
from?
right.
And I kept thinking about what could I do a little bit different to build my community and bring more people into the knitting fold or into the making fold. And and that's where the maker's box came from, because it was a nice way, I thought, to be able to introduce new tools, new
Right.
products, new skills, different things for everybody. So that's where the box came from. And so it's been a lot of fun. I started last year planning all of this and beginning to curate like what how everything was going to come together and the different themes and that. And so it launched last fall, as far as the pre-orders go, and then the first box shipped right after Christmas,
Mhm.
and landed on everybody's doorstep
Yep.
the right before the new year. And so it gave those who ordered them something fun to open at the beginning of the year.
And it's a
um,
surprise. It's nice for I mean, in our community, it's primarily, women and moms, and we're the ones that do all these things for other people. So it was really nice to have something that came that was a surprise, because it's pretty rare that I get surprised anymore with like gifts and things at Christmas. Usually I kind of know what's up.
Yep. Yep, you're either buying it for yourself or telling whoever to buy
I
it
know,
for you, and they're
I know.
ordering it right next to you.
But that wasn't the case here. I didn't know. So that was a lot of fun. That was super
Yeah,
fun. So
yeah.
you did an unboxing on Instagram this last week. And so people can go back to your Instagram and see that, but I want to go and like pull out all the stuff and talk about it.
Talk about them. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, so I have my box here and I don't know if you care what order in which we do this.
Nope, whatever suits your fancy as you pull things out.
So the first thing that people are going to see probably is the yarn, right?
Maybe. Well, the first thing they're gonna see is the box and all the little sweet cards inside that tell
Well,
them
that's
the
true, that's
story.
true. There were all the little sweet the welcome, and there was also a really beautiful card that told, which I don't have it in front of me, I don't know why.
I
It
have one right here
Oh,
real
good.
quick. So this kind
Yeah.
of shows everybody. I pulled this together just to give you a little story about each vendor, who they are, how you can contact them or reach them after the fact, and a little bit why I chose them for the box.
Should we just go in order of the card?
No, you pick and choose whatever you want.
Okay. So,
Makes it more fun.
we had our welcome thing, and there was also, people also got a code. I had a little trouble. The box After I'd opened it, it was packaged beautifully, the lovely polka dotty tissue paper. I have cats, as everyone knows, they shredded the tissue paper, and the box fell off the dining room table, and I'm like, "You guys!" Anyway, so there was a card with a code to download a pattern from you, and then
Mhm.
also a code for 10% off a future purchase, which could either be from your shop or a future box. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, you could use it for anything or multiple things. You could use it, buy a couple patterns and a box, and you can use it for that whole purchase. So, yeah, gives you some options. Do a little shopping for yourself.
Nice. So you showed your new cowl has been released. The
Mhm.
burgundy one with the lace and the cables, right?
Mhm.
And so that there's a download code in the box for that pattern, and I can't think the name of the pattern.
Garnet.
Garnet.
Mhm.
And this was in the box.
Yes.
And
Yeah, this oh,
Mhm.
go ahead.
That's lovely. And
No,
it's darker than the show. It's darker than it's showing on here. It's really
yeah,
a deep burgundy.
yes, it was inspired by Shelley Anderson of Shell Designs, did the dyeing for this first box, and I just love the way that she pulls colors together, and there's little bits of black in there and some lighter burgundy and dark burgundy, and it really reflects the inspiration photo that
Right.
um was for this January box, which was red and black. And I thought, garnet is the birthstone for January,
Yep.
and then we fall into February, which, whether we like it or not, there's Valentine's Day, and so it just kind of, I just thought, well, this kind of all flows
It
together for the
does.
first
Yeah.
quarter.
It does. It's just lovely. And this is her Finito DK 3-ply 100% superwash merino that is 19.5 micron, 246 yards, and the color is called Tango.
Hmm. It's really nice, and it's super soft. So when you start to knit with it, you'll love it. And the ply's nice and tight too, so it doesn't split apart when you're knitting.
So it's gonna have really good stitch definition
Hmm.
for that pattern.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
So
Yes.
that's amazing. And so people can download the pattern with the code that was in the box. So
Hmm.
then the first thing that I found, I remember this was the little, okay, is it chibi or chibi?
I always say chibi. S- Sorry, that's Sophie. The neighbor's dog is barking, and so she decided to bark too.
So everybody can use one of these. We were just talking with Anne Frost when she did the yarn stash restash and organizing your notion. And it's always good to have one of these in each one of your project bags. I know.
Yes,
He's
you
excited.
can. I know. Come up here. Come join us. Here's Sophie,
Oh,
everybody.
hi.
She's gonna join us.
Okay. There. So
Um,
this is super handy. It's good to have. You cannot have too many of these.
you
Just,
can't. I lose mine all the time. So
but here's another thing I was really excited about. I have seen these. Okay.
blocks.
Blocks. This is exciting. So people don't, if you don't understand the section between the tiny little needles, I have a hangnail that's bleeding. The section here between the tiny, this is bendy. So you can use it for a cable needle, you can use it for like a fix-it tool, you can use it for a
Stitch
stitch
holder.
marker, you can
Hmm.
baste seams with it.
Yeah, I love it. I have too many of them now too. But
I I have not had I have one and I need to find it. I can't find it. But now I have
mhm,
another one. And
yeah.
isn't it the same company that does the floops?
Yes. So there's some of those in the box too. These nice little stretchy stitch markers, which I love too. I just think they're so cute,
They're
and
cute.
they
I
fit on a variety sizes of needles. So like 5 to 9, your US 5 to 9. I use them on my 2s and 3s and 4s too. I mean, they work. So
so the ends of them, I expect them to make noise. They look like jingle bells.
little bells.
I don't think they make noise, but I want them to.
They don't. I know. Wouldn't that be fun if they did? Although then our knitting would be really noisy.
No, and then I wouldn't like that. I don't think I
Yeah.
would like that. So I'll tell you what else. W- there was this little box, and inside there was these fantastic little fix it tools from Lantern Moon.
Yes.
Isn't that cool?
And the nice thing is I love the size of it, because so many of them, you're using a long crochet hook.
Yeah,
This is tiny. It can just fit in your knitting bag easily, or in a little maker's pouch, super easy to grab.
which
So
we're going to talk about next.
good.
So this is fantastic. This is a leather pouch that was from Lowen,
Lowen Studio, they're in Cornwall, England,
and it
and
smells good.
it does smell good. And she makes just gorgeous
It is
leather
lovely. Now,
goods.
there were different colors because the on your unboxing, yeah, you had one that was a lighter color, but I want to say this stuff like fits in here.
Mm-hmm.
Did you plan that?
I did.
I feel like
So
you did.
I took this little pouch and all these goodies that everybody received in their boxes, and they were all inside there, and they traveled with me all last summer and over to Europe. on my summer vacation, and it was perfect
Yeah,
because it was just the right size, it didn't take up too much, and I had everything that I needed to be able to work on any project that I had with me.
let's talk about your airline approved little tiny
Yeah,
snips. These things are dangerous. These are sharp.
they're sharp. You must
Woo!
yeah, hence the little nice little plastic cover on there. But I loved those from Merchant and Mills because they're so sharp, but they're tiny and they're perfect for, like, a quick little snip of your yarn.
And they fit in that pouch.
They fit in the pouch too. Yeah.
I'm putting the thing back on because I cannot be trusted.
I know. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
real.
so everything that was selected for this box was it also had a little bit of the theme of travel, of a new year. You know, we're all hitting the new year. We have new adventures that are gonna be upon us and or coming ahead. And so being able to have all these handy little tools to throw in your project bag, or your
Which
purse or whatever makes it a
is
nice way.
never complete without chocolate.
Oh gosh, what box or project is?
These are from BT McElrath Chocolatier.
Yes, and they're a Minnesota-based company, so I chose them because they're local.
There's another one in there too. Yes. And then I loved this. Like Anne was talking about when we did our podcast, you need to have lip balm and hand lotion. And this was in
Mhm.
there too. This is pink peppermint hand and body balm. I'd put
Yes.
that on my lips. Why
I
not?
know. I put it everywhere. It's, like, just the perfect little thing. Yeah, I isn't that a good scent? It's not too, like
See, it's not too
sometimes
poofy.
peppermint can be yeah, it's really nice.
That is nice. Tuft and Woolens.
Yeah, another great company.
Cool. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff in this box. I'm not done yet. Okay.
I don't even remember what oh, yes. So these I found when I went back to Italy this year for the first time in 24 years. I was lucky enough to study in Rome back in college. And when I was out shopping around, I found these little hearts. Oh, you got a red one. Nice. I showed a black one the other day,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
these I thought were so fun because they're cable keepers. So whether they're for your iPhone charger, iPad charger, your knitting needles, like you might have, 3 or 4 different needles that you're trying
Cords.
to take on a trip together,
Yeah.
just throw them in there and throw them in the bag with all your yarn and your tools and you're ready to go.
Things together. That's lovely. And that's very, I mean, it's really nice leather. And this is, I mean, the adjective I would use to describe both of these things is supple because it's very soft, smells
Mm,
good. I've never seen anything like that. That's brilliant.
yeah,
A little
something fun for you.
cord keeper for your circulars or your, like you said, your charging cables or anything.
Right, right, you could use it for anything. Is there more? Oh, yes. I was, like, trying to remember, I'm like, "What else is in there?"
So I love a felt tip pen.
Those are my favorite pens, so I figured I had to share them with everyone.
Yours, I think, in your unboxing was black. Mine is striped.
Mhm.
But then you have a tiny little book for when you're traveling. You can make notes. And
Yeah.
this is from the same people that have the snips, have the scissors.
Yeah,
And
Merchant Mills.
yeah, merchant and what?
Mills.
Right. Pocket book.
Mhm.
Little sketchbook. Brilliant. And you
Yep,
can, I mean, it's good. It's thick paper for a felt pen.
I know, which I love, so it doesn't bleed through, it's just
Oh, yeah. Ghosting, bleeding. That's not good.
yeah, I know, I'm super picky about stuff. Paper and pens are, like, one of those things that I'm very picky on, so I'm not gonna steer you wrong.
Oh, my daughter got in a phase where she did, we were doing a lot of, fountain pens
Oh,
and
yes.
bullet journaling and paper. It's important. The
It's
paper and the
important.
pen, deal with bleeding and ghosting and all that. So
Right,
that's
right.
a lot of stuff. That is a lot of stuff in a box.
Yeah, it was a lot of things, but
Fun
they were all great things I thought to kick off the new year, so
and fun to open. Some of the things were individually wrapped. And you're like, ooh, what is this? Ooh, what is this? That was fun.
good. I'm
Cool.
glad you enjoyed it.
Yes, very much. Very much. And things that you're not going to find in your local Joann's,
Mhm.
like scary little scissors.
Don't leave those uncovered.
Oh, no, and don't leave those where anybody can, like,
Like,
you
sit
know,
down on 'em.
or anybody can grab them up and open a box from UPS. I'm like, "No, don't touch my snips.
Yeah, nope, those are just special ones.
Those are just for me, not for
Right.
you, for me." I wanna say, I mean, everything was really thoughtful and, like, even the quality of the cards and, everything's just really well done. Good job.
Thank you. Thanks,
Good.
I'm so glad you enjoyed it, and
Yes, very much. So
yeah,
people can
so
tell me about how people can sign up for next quarter if they want to do that.
yeah, so the next box, which is the spring box, is pre-orders are open now. There's limited quantities of each box, so there's not I encourage you to sign up early because the last box sold out, so I don't want, if you want to get in, then get in on it
Now.
earlier than later. But you can go purchase the box on my website, shopfactorygirl.com. There's a banner at the top to make it easy, or, scroll down and there's a link to there
Okay.
too.
Okay.
But that's where you can order them. You can order by the quarter, or if you want to go ahead and order two at a time, you'll get the next two boxes. So the spring and the summer box. You get, I should have looked this up. I believe it's about a 10% discount if you buy two boxes at once, and then a 15% discount if you buy 15 or 20%. If you buy all or if you buy the next four boxes, but then you're already prepaying for the shipping ahead of time. You don't have to worry about it each time that you order, so you're getting a discount altogether if you want all
So
of
would
them.
it be
But
the next 4 or would it be the next 3
no,
since
it's the next four, so it'll
okay,
go
okay,
into the next winter too.
2025. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
cool. And
yeah,
so if people just buy 1 box, I think I saw it was like 85. Is that
yeah,
correct?
it's $85 for one box.
Okay. But then the price goes down significantly if you decide to subscribe.
Right.
Yeah, because I noticed that and I was like, "Ooh, that's a pretty good deal if you just go ahead
It
and get
is a good deal.
4."
Yeah, yeah. So if you can do that, if you wanna do that, you can do that. But yeah, otherwise $85 for a box plus the shipping, which isn't much because it ships through the postal service,
Yeah.
and it ships priority mail, so it gets to you pretty quickly. So
I thought it was really thoughtfully curated, and I mean, I appreciate like that, that it was wrapped really nicely and the cards are good quality. I mean, I like the little details like that, and I like that you had the list of explanations from all the makers on that larger card so that
Yeah.
you get to know the people that are contributing to the box and the things that you've curated. Yeah, you've
Right.
taken
Well,
years
and it's like,
to make these.
yeah, it gives you the chance too to like learn about those companies.
Right.
And if you really like the leather pouch from Studio Low, and if that's something that you really admire, they have so many other products. So it allows you the chance to go and discover them, see what else that they have to offer. Maybe you'll grab some gifts for some of your friends
Well, and I
or
think
other
people
things for
don't know
yourself.
about people don't know about those flocks, you know?
Yes. Yeah, those are hard to come by, and they're made in the US, they're made
Yeah,
in Vermont.
Vermont.
That was the other thing I wanted to, I share on here where everything's made, if
Yeah.
it's made in the US. Most of the businesses too they're all for the most part, they're smaller businesses,
Mm.
women owned primarily as well. So just kind of a nice way to showcase a lot of different new people. And then for the spring box, I'm excited for that one. I can't decide whether I should be sharing more about what's coming in them or to keep it a surprise. If anyone
Can
has feedback on that, let me know.
I don't know, do we like teasers?
I
Hmm.
know, I don't know. Like, do you want the teasers? Or not?
Well, I would say this. I felt like there's a lot of stuff in this box, and I thought, wow, well done. I felt like there's a lot to unwrap. There was a lot to discover, and I thought this is a good surprise. This is a good value.
Mhm,
I guess if people can take that as an indication of what's to come, then it's going to be worth the money, right? It's because look what we just showed you.
mhm.
People will know, but I also like to be surprised. I mean, sort of. It
I
depends.
know, like, yeah, it depends. Like, I'm the same way, like when you get an advent box, it's like, Oh, the surprises are good, but I will be honest, there's been 1 or 2 that I've purchased over the years that I'm
I
like,
know. It's kind
"Oh, I wish
of
I would have
mystery,
seen more."
like mystery knit-alongs. I kinda wanna
Yes.
much
Yeah, I know. So,
I
friends who
feel
are
like
listening.
boxes are different. Feel like boxes like this are different because
Yeah,
if what we just showed you is an indication of what to come, then I'd be fine with having the whole thing be a surprise
be a
because this was
surprise.
really well done. You knocked that out of the park with this.
Oh,
So,
thank
I mean, pattern, yarn, all the fun stuff, chocolate, really, quality little tools. The snips are
Mhm.
scary, the leather pouch, all the things. So, I think people are pretty safe doing it.
All right. Okay, good. Well, then we'll keep it a surprise unless I get a whole bunch of people that comment and say, "No, I want to know," or at least, or even a sneak peek if people want to know. But we'll see. I'm really excited for this next box too. There's some fun little things in here that all tie together and with a theme of spring and new beginnings and that waking awakening after the winter sleep. So I'm excited.
So do you besides the box, do you have other pattern designs that you're at liberty to tell us about yet or not?
Oh, I do. I have a few that oh my gosh, I actually have a lot of different things that I'm working on right now.
That's
Um,
awesome.
it it's fun. I wish I had, this is such my part-time job and I love it and it's such a passion because my full-time job is my other love and my passion and I wish had like two of me so I could just do them all the time.
Right.
But
Right.
because there's always new ideas coming for different things. But I will share with you all my next new pattern that's going to be coming out. So there is a pair of socks that are dropping called the Warm and Cozy socks. And oh, I'll have to talk a little bit about that. I don't have my samples because they're still with my photographer, but they're these fun little DK textured socks. So just a nice little slip stitch pattern
Where
if
did
you
I
like
see that?
socks.
Where did I see that photo?
Probably on Instagram.
Okay, so you did give a hint already. You did
Oh,
you
yeah, I've been posting about those
okay, so
already.
people can see that on your
They
Instagram.
can see that on Instagram, and my friend Kimberly of Palmer Yarn Company, her and I went in together on this project, and, she has some sock bundles that are gonna be available, and we're February 1st, we're kicking off a knit along for that.
Nice.
So, yes, we'll have a knit along with some fun prizes. So, follow on Instagram for more details on that. And then this new piece, this is called Static Freeze.
Ooh,
And this is a new cowl that's great for your DK yarns, whether you have some minis, some leftover scraps, whatever. But it's just a nice, easy little color work piece. So this is coming later in January.
okay.
And then in February, I'm looking around, but I don't have any of it with me. I have I had a collection that started back in 21 called the Hidden Falls collection.
Mhm.
And there's a sweater, a hat, a couple of cowls, a headband, and then there's going to be a new pair of socks that are coming out for that, and a cardigan, which is somewhere buried here in my studio, which is a total mess, which are all coming out later this year too. So the socks will come out in February. The cardigan will be later this fall. And then I don't know, I guess some other things. I have a new shawl collection
Mhm.
that I'm gonna for the summer. It's gonna be it'll tie together with my last November. I released my socktails, cocktails, and mocktails.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I don't know if you remember that, but
You.
there's a little I had did a little book with them and then a variety of let me go to one of the pages here. Some of the different patterns with, 6 different socks designs and then there were cocktail and mocktail recipes that went with all of those. So you got like a nice little theme that all played
Ooh.
together. And so this summer I'm going to do another little collection on that. And each month during the summer, which I'm going to start in May through August, will be a new shawl pattern that will launch with a corresponding mocktail and cocktail recipe too.
Ooh, fun.
So yeah, so that's what's coming down the pike along
You
with the makers boxes.
That's
So
a
lots of stuff
lot. You have
happening.
a lot going on.
I know.
Oh,
Like I said, I just get these ideas and I just fall in love with them and so I
yeah.
want them to life.
Wow. Yeah. And you have a regular job too.
Yeah, I do. But I have no kids, so I have a lot of free time.
You have a dog.
I have a dog, but she comes to work with me, like, she's just part of the package, you know?
That's wonderful.
Yeah,
It's been
yeah.
delightful to visit with you again. It's been a while. Yeah.
It has been a while, so thank you, and thank you for sharing the Maker's Box with everyone with me, I love that, so.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's a lot of fun. I'm a little scared of the scissors, but I'm gonna use them. I mostly the little tiny things like that tend to get lost, but I love them and they seem really good quality.
Yeah, we'll just keep everything in the pouch and you'll be good.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just so disorganized, but it's lovely. I'm gonna eat some chocolate.
Perfect.
Okay, so I will put all of your contact information down below. If people have questions, they can shoot you an email, maybe. Is that best? Uh,
Yep, email's great, and then we'll also, there's a code too I have for everybody
okay.
if you would like to, get in on a Maker's Box or some other things. So we'll post that here, but it's FDG 10 box, BOX,
Okay, like factory design girl
girl
10
10 box.
box.
It's kind of backwards, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
All
So that's
right.
exciting. So pre-orders are available now
Yes. Don't delay. Go grab one if you want to try it out.
because we showed you it's worth it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All
I'll
right.
talk to you
Thanks,
next
Jana. Great
time.
to see you.
Bye.